Hi all, VortexTCG here, and today I'm going to be showcasing some version 4 gameplay because you guys have asked for it in comments on my previous videos. You guys have mentioned bringing back some gameplay to the channel, and so here I am providing some gameplay for the channel, and I'll be doing some live commentary over a version 4 game, which we'll get into now. But before we do that, please do like and subscribe to the channel. I'll also show you the deck at the end of the video, so if you want to see the deck, go to the end of the video. We're going to be testing some new things, mainly the Titamon from version 1 to see if it actually helps, but let's see how it does. So let's select our deck and let's get into a game. So I haven't played much of this deck since I went to Porto, because I was practicing a lot for that, but this is also immediately just unplayable. Classic version 4 hand here, level 4s, level 6s, no level 5s or level 3s, because of course, all the tamer. So we're going to mulligan, and yeah, this is a pretty decent hand, no level 4s unfortunately, and it looks like we'll be playing against BlackWarGreymon here. I haven't really seen this deck in action since probably, well, BT-12 probably, so, oh, it's got the Omnimon X antibody and BlackWarGreymon, interesting. Well, let's see how this does then. So we're going to hatch an egg. We're then going to go into Titamon here. I'm going to use the training because we're going to need this to get powered up. Let's see what we put underneath. We put Palmon underneath, so we only have 2 searches left. What we should probably end up doing is just playing the Palmon here and getting some additional search going on because we need a level 4. So, or we could just do analog youth into meat. I think, however, if I put my opponent to 1, it's probably more stronger. So let's go play Palmon. Let's hopefully find a level 4, which we do, just not the right one we want essentially. So I'm considering just adding the meat maybe, or the Titamon. I guess we could potentially just add the meat, put this underneath, and then if it dies, then we have it for effects. But I think we kind of need to take this, unfortunately. Or maybe we just do some more preparation, right? We could do some more board preparation with the meat. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to take the meat, and then I'm going to put the Nanimon underneath, just because we actually do need the Nanimon underneath later on in the game. Let's see what our opponent does for this turn. So I don't think he's going to promote. I think he's just going to set up even more. Probably going into the defense training. He hasn't promoted, and he's just gone into a Greymon in raising, which is perfectly fine for us. We are not going to promote here because there's no real reason to. So what we're just going to do is do a simple security check. Hits the 1k, so we avoid all that. And then we're going to play the analog youth here because, well, we need to get level 4. That's unfortunate. We really want to see the analog youth as that is the main factor for our deck. But we do get the level 4, so hopefully the analogs won't be that much of a problem. Our opponent's going to continue being in raising, and he's just going to hard play the Agumon, and unfortunately there isn't really much we can do about that. He is looking to gain the memory, and unfortunately if we do promote, he will gain the memory. So I'm just trying to think if there's a way that we can potentially avoid this, and if I'm being honest, there probably isn't. So we're just going to not promote here. I think best turn here is that we training here, see what we get. Hopefully not another tamer. It's a Mamimon, which is fine. Then we probably just go into meat here, draw a card, hopefully get level 6. We didn't, which is unfortunate, but is what it is. And then I think we either go into level 4 or a level another meat here. Probably go for the level 4 because the level 4 is going to be rather important. I think it's probably going to have more of an impact here. Part of me wanted to promote, maybe just swing at security just to get some advantage going here, but you know what, I think we're just going to go into the Quagmon here in pass turn. Don't give him the memory, just limit them as much as we can essentially. He's not going to promote again, so it kind of shows that he is still looking for stuff. He goes into the X antibody. What does he find? He finds the limited Greymon, obviously, and BlackWarGreymon, so I think he gets to add one of them and the X antibody. So he decides to go for Metal Grey and not the Grey X, which is very interesting because one of those cards is definitely better than the other. So this can't be reduced by DP, can't be unaffected by DCGO, which is a big problem for us, and it can delete a 6k DP or less, which is pretty effective against us. So he goes into BT-8 Greymon, so give him blocker, then decides to crack this, goes into probably like a level 5 for 1 cost, I would assume. Oh no, goes straight into the Metal Greymon X, isn't affected by Digivolve, and would normally delete a guy, but unfortunately doesn't have that. Okay, so he's got 8k DP. There's not really much we can do here per se. I mean, he has blocker, which is the problem, right? And he can act his stack, so, and he can't be Digivolve, so we're in a bit of a pickle here. It's just a case of what do we do from this point onwards, right? Could just take another turn to set up because he still isn't doing anything really. But the problem is that if we can go to a 5 here, play a guy out, but what do we do after that, right? Like we can play out the nanny, get a power search maybe. We could training, and then that will stop him from suspending, which could be important. important. But he did take the BlackWarGreymon and not the Omnimon. So he does have ace target. So we can't really do much about that. So as we can't really interact with his board, I think we're just going to keep him raising here because he can be effective but can't be the Digivolve, which would have been our main defense here, I think. But as we don't have it, we'll just go into another meet here. I think we'll just do double meet, really. Like, I don't think there's any reason to promote. So we'll just give him 2 and see how it goes from there. Let's see if he's going to promote now. We're going to play another search, go into another search here. This is the new tamer, which allows you to gain a memory. And then if it changes, spend, becomes unaffected and all that good stuff. And gives me 4 memory. So he clearly doesn't care that much, right? Like, he clearly has an idea of what he wants to do here. So the problem here is that, I mean, I can do a lot of things here, actually. I can de-digivolve this, stop this from gaining like a huge amount of effects. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see how this goes. So what we're going to do first is that we're actually going to use one of the meats because I actually want to put this as the bottom source for this one. And the reason being is because I want to trash it with the effect. So we'll do this. This will trash the Monochromon, and then I get to play the Monochromon out. And then at that point, we can gain a memory. I don't know if I want to gain a memory. I'm trying to think if that is anything, if that is worthwhile for me at this point. Not right now, I don't think. So we'll do this first, which allows us to put something underneath to Digivolve 1. This will answer this problematic card, and then we will not use this to gain a memory because I don't think there's a real use for it at the moment. Now that this has a face down card, we can then play something up to 5 cost because of this effect. And then let's do the training on this. Let's see what we get from that. We've got another Digitama, so getting another one in rotation is really good. Then we'll go into the Mamemon here, see how this does. This is my first time using this card. And you know what? We actually got some pretty good cards here. I don't think this is going to matter as much. Like, I would like to get the Nanimon here, but where do they go? Do they go to trash after? Return to the bottom of the deck. Okay, that's fine. We'll get the Monochromon then, and then we'll put these to the bottom of the deck. Then we can do the effect again. I think this time I will gain the memory and then trash this because we can use that for sources later on, and then effect. We will put the Biomon again underneath to Digivolve 1. So now it's kind of just like a dead card really in it. Like, then I can do the training on here again. I can't attack. Don't know why that's glowing up. But the problem here now is that what do I do? Because I don't have the level 6, and the whole point of that was to actually just go into level 6. But unfortunately, I don't really have much of a turn after that. What I could potentially do here actually is go into let's do the training here, right? Because that'll give us another 2 cards. Then we can Digivolve into this for a reduced cost of 2, which will help us a lot, right? And then we can do effects here. So maybe I should have used the meat there. Of course, I discard the card that I want, but we're going to get the Palmon here. Palmon's going to search us. Hopefully we find a level 6. We do find a level 6, but we can't search it, which is unfortunate. So these go to the bottom of the deck. And now it's just a case of what do we do? This is the problem. Like, we don't have much going on at this point. We could go, there's no real point to though. Let's see what if we have any level 5s. We have a level 5 in the Mamemon, which is nice, but I think we're gonna have to start swinging at security. So let's start swinging at security. It's a 2k, so that's perfectly fine. I think we just need to establish like a bit of board presence. So all of these sources except for this one have face down sources. So I think I'm just going to play Analog Youth and pass here because I don't think there's any real reason to do anything else here. So go into Analog Youth, they'll go to 3 anyways, and let's see what they do on their turn. Now the unfortunate thing is that we don't have the ace here. If we had the ace here, we would obviously be able to disrupt their field quite heavily here. We do have 2 blockers because of the Monochromon inheritable, but it probably isn't going to be good enough in my opinion. He's going to go into the Metal Grey, which allows him to raid and then switch. It's pretty good, I would say. But depending on what happens, we can potentially scapegoat, which, you know, there's nothing to scoff at here because it would get deleted, but we'll see. I mean, it's going to get redirected. He's going to get DP from it, right? So I won't be able to do much with this, unfortunately, but it is what it is. So let's do a source check real quick because source checking is important. It seems like our sources are pretty meh. We do need the Titamon, really. We did get a chance to get one earlier, but the level 4 was just more important, obviously. But we're in a decent position, I think. I don't think my opponent can clear the whole field, but we'll wait and see, I guess. Seems like he's contemplating quite a bit. Maybe he hasn't got the right combination of cards. I feel like he might be doing this to threaten the ace play, but he might go into the ace now. No, should go into level 4. So in this case, it's going to be the Greymon here, which is the security one, which I thought this card was actually going to be a lot more better than it was, especially with the switch attack, gain a memory guy, but turns out it doesn't really do a crazy amount, unfortunately. So I think he's just trying to look for cards to answer my field, and I think he's potentially found out that he can't really answer my field that very well. I'm obviously in a really advantageous position, right? Because even if he does try to swing at me, he'll gain the memory back, sure, from the Greymon and stuff like that, but I'll be able to analog youth, which will essentially make him go like net. So he's putting that on the metal gray here, so he might have a potential for a metal gray X here. We'll have to wait and see. So go Hades Force. Interesting. So this is probably what he doesn't want to do. So it's going to do this to potentially delete one of my guys or tamers or Bree and the tamer, right? Just to do some control, which is fair. In this situation, I think you kind of have to do this, right? Because you need to control my field. Unfortunately, you can't go for the Digitamers, right? Because they're 8, he's 7. I think this goes on by cost, right? Yeah, so he can get rid of this, which is fine, but I don't really care. And then this can attack, right? Is that what it does? Yeah, I will gain a memory and hatch. Yeah. And then he's going to swing, and he's going to go and do the raid effect, obviously, into one of the 8k guys, which is fine. Then he's also going to go into the X antibody here, presumably going to probably the level 6 here, I'd assume. Let's see what happens, though. Does that mean he's not going to do the one attacking effect here now? Okay, cool. He's doing that last. That's fine. So he's going to go into probably the... Oh, wow. Okay, that's fine. So I am going to use... I have to read what this card does. Nice PP tax. Comes unsuspended. Okay, so we're essentially just going to scapegoat this, just so we can delete this instead, just fine, and we're at 9. Unlucky for him, I guess. So this unsuspends, so he gets to delete one of my lowest play costs, which is fine. In this case, do I care about this stack as much? No, I don't care, so that's fine. I'll trigger this. Yep, that's fine. And I'll get a memory, and still no level 6s, which is kind of annoying, but we do have the out to this card essentially, which is the Digivolve, but we have to figure out a way to actually deal with that as well. I mean, we can swing as well, and that will gain us the thing as well, so it's not that actually that bad. So let's put the Biomon underneath here, and that will gain us a memory and a draw, which it doesn't really matter, but we do need the draw. So what we're gonna do first is just hard play the Monochromon here, just so we can answer this. Sure, we'll get a memory, why not? Trash the BO, and then effect. We will put, I think we'll put the Nanimon underneath, and then we will Digivolve this just because it is such a problem for us. Now he does have the ace threat, which is fine, but doesn't really matter to us. What does matter is that he does have the ace, but we'll get a turn effect. So when we attack with this, we can go into the Monochromon here, put something else underneath, and then essentially avoid that threat happening. The problem is we still haven't found a 6, right? Like we still haven't found a 6, and we're getting close to recycling the bottom of our deck. So let's go into Betamon, draw. Okay, I mean, it's okay. Like it's not anything crazy there. So what we're going to do is we're going to swing a security. We're going to activate the when digivolving effect, or when attacking effect, to trash this, to then play out one of the... Part of me wants to play the Palmon out, but I think we need to digivolve this just to avoid the ace threat of the deck. I don't know if we're going to use many analog use from this point onwards, so we're just going to digivolve that, and then we're going to swing. And they can obviously change the direction to block, but obviously if they do that, they lose a body. They're not going to do that. They play the security tie. Then we can go... There are things we can do. The problem is that, I mean, we can... I think we just hard play this. Maybe we should have done this before, because then we can get maybe... Well, the Medieval Ganamon's pretty nice here, but we can't search it, unfortunately. I'll add the Nanimon, because the Nanimon's more important. And we need to keep deck size in, unfortunately. So I think at this point, the setup doesn't really matter as much, right? We need to find level 6s badly, and we just can't find them. Maybe they're all in security. Maybe that's what we have to do in this game and try and bypass that. So look, what do we have in our security? We have another Digivolve, and we have... That's pretty much it. So I think what we do here is that we just start piling bodies up. So let's actually training first, because the training is going to be important for the effect. I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're going to go into level 4s anyways, but yeah, there's the 6 we're looking for. Unfortunately, we just don't get it, obviously, but we know that there's one more in the deck, right? Which is important. Now we just got to figure out a way to control these guys, essentially. Maybe it's just hard play Coagamon. I don't really want to do that, but I might have to. Maybe I'll go Analog Youth, because maybe Analog Youth will give us guaranteed ace at this point. It's a bit of a tricky one. I mean, we could do both, right? We can go... Let's do this. Let's go training. What's the training card? Of course, it's the Titamon ace that we're looking for. So we'll go into this, which will go into this. We'll do this. I misplayed. I didn't mean to put that underneath. Oopsie, not the greatest moment there for me. Maybe I should read my cards. Okay, I guess we just do this, right? Just so we can hopefully find 6. We add the BlackWarGreymon ace here, and we pass the turn to them. So they have, what, how many cards in hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they have a lot of ability to do what they need to do. But I guess we wait and see. So he's going to just put up on his back line there. He could potentially have access. I mean, these both have X antibody underneath, so he could potentially have access to Metal Grey. Combos here is just a case of, can I answer it, essentially. These two being blockers is quite annoying, actually. I mean, we can get through it now with the amount of guys we have, but okay, so he's going to Digivolve 1. Probably going to be this guy, because this one's the most important. He can't do anything else, right? Oh, he's going to delete one of my guys as well, of course. Okay. Right, so here we go again. So we can have an effect here, which I'm trying to figure out which one I want, actually. Maybe just put this underneath. Actually, no, I don't. Yeah, that's fine. That'll give us a draw and a memory. Okay, so this needs to be on Digimon, right? Yeah. Okay, so we need to win this turn, right? So we can go metal, swing, delete one of them. I think we've got the game, right? So, oh, I can't. We do not have the game because this needs to be on purple and this is black. Okay, so there's a problem I have with the Mamimon straight away. That is fine. Okay, so now I've just got to figure out if there's a way that I can potentially win in that case. So I can go swing, then Digivolve this. It'll become a blocker, which is unfortunate. I think we need to. This doesn't have piercing. It'd be nice if it had piercing as well. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good here because of that. So what do? We can, okay, so there's 2 more potentially. Probably one's in security, right? I need to find a way. I guess I can swing. No, I need to swing with this first, right? So let's swing with this. When attacking, I'll put Titamon underneath to Digivolve 1 here, right? And then we will swing. It'll probably die, which is fine, but we need to answer it, right? And then if he decides to block, right, we can then, so he'll gain memory, which is fine. So he'll gain 2 memory, right? That's fine. And DP, like whatever, gains an extra draw. Yeah, I think we're good, right? Because then we swing with this. This can't suspend, this suspends, right? And then we swing with the rest of the game. Yep, that's fine. Draw a card, yippee. And we're back to normal, So then we swing, effect, put the Quagamon underneath, suspend this Digimon. Come on, game, you've got this. Swing again, 1k, 12k, and then we, hopefully, when the game wants to do it, swing for game. And that was some live gameplay featuring version 4. For those that are interested in the deck, here is the deck list. My head is covering some of the cards, but essentially, this is Valder Arm, and the 4 cards underneath here are meat. So what do you think of the deck? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope this video helped with learning version 4. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.